A poor man was married to a beautiful woman. The man and his wife never quarreled. The husband loved his wife, and the wife loved her husband. They were very happy. But this happy couple had a rich, handsome neighbor. He saw the poor man's beautiful wife and fell in love with her. "I want to marry her myself," he thought. Every day, when the woman's husband was working in the fields, the rich man went to the poor man's house. "You're a beautiful woman," he said, "but your clothes are old. Why doesn't your husband buy new, pretty clothes for you? I'm sure he doesn't love you. If he loved you, he would buy wonderful clothes for you. Divorce him and marry me. I will buy you beautiful new clothes, the best in the land. Then you will be the most beautiful woman in Ethiopia." At first, the woman didn't listen to the rich man, but he came to her house every day and said the same things. At last, she began to think, "Perhaps my neighbor is right. Why doesn't my husband buy beautiful new clothes for me? Perhaps he doesn't love me." That night she said to her husband, "Look at me, husband. My clothes are old and ugly. I want new ones. Buy me some new clothes." Her husband smiled at her. "You don't need new clothes," he said. "You are the most beautiful woman in the world to me." She was angry. "Don't you love me?" she said. "If you love me, buy me a new dress." Her husband loved his wife, and he wanted to please her. "I have only a little money," he thought. "I need a new plow. But I want my dear wife to be happy." The next day, he went to the market and bought a new dress for his wife. He took it home to her, and she put it on. "Thank you, my dear husband," she cried. "Now I know that you love me." When the rich man came to see her again, she was wearing her new dress. "You see," she said, "my husband loves me very much. He bought me this beautiful new dress." The rich man shook his head. "But a good husband doesn't only give his wife new clothes," he said. "He gives her gold. Where's your gold necklace? Where are your gold rings? Why doesn't your husband give you those?" He opened a box and showed her some beautiful gold jewelry. "Look at these," he said. "Divorce your husband and marry me, and I will give all these to you." The woman did not listen to him. "Go away," she said. "I love my husband, and he loves me, and we are happy together." But the rich man came again every day. Every day he showed her the box of jewelry. At last, she began to think, "Perhaps the rich man is right. Why doesn't my husband buy gold for me? Doesn't he love me?" That day, she didn't make a fire. She didn't cook a meal. Her husband came home late after a long day in the fields. He was tired and hungry. "There's no dinner for you tonight," his wife said. "You don't love me," her husband cried. "But my darling, I love you more than anything. You are the most wonderful person in the world. Then why don't you buy me some gold jewelry?" she said. When a man loves his wife, he gives her a gold necklace and rings for her fingers. Her husband looked worried. I spend money on her new clothes. He thought, how can I find more for gold? I'll go and see my brother. Perhaps he will lend me the money. I must buy gold for my dear wife. I want her to be happy. The next day, he went to visit his brother. Lend me some money, brother, he said, and I will work for you in your field. All right, his brother said. But you must work hard. There are many stones in my field, and you must move them all away. Her husband agreed and took the money. He went to the market and bought some gold jewelry.